Hi guys, thank you for tuning in to Dose of Om. I'm founder Chantel Asamoto White. Please be sure to go to the website www.doseofom.com to subscribe to the daily newsletter and of course to get your first box of Dose of Om for only $10 for your first box. We had so many amazing goodies go out this past weekend to our first subscribers and our first members. I'm so excited to work with them and to hear their feedback. We're actually getting ready to do an 8-day challenge, so please be sure to subscribe and become a member by checking out doseofom.com, and don't forget, follow us on Instagram, Pinterest, Twitter, and Facebook, Dose of Om. We would love to hear your stories. I would love to interact with you on social media, of course, so we can connect. So make sure that if you're on those social media platforms that you follow me at Dose of Om. So today, I would like to talk about mental health. It's not really a joke. I honestly believe that everyone suffers from some sort of mental health illness or mental health challenge, whether they choose to believe or choose to accept it or not. There's so many things that go on in our world day to day, and as humans, we try to deal with it, we try to overcome it, and many of us do, but sometimes it can just be really, really hard. The pressures of going to work every day and working for someone who may not understand you or may not recognize you or may not even appreciate the work that you do can be so overwhelming. To just be a mother and take care of your kids, of course you love them and they're so precious and they're so amazing, but there are some hardships that go in with being a mother and being that go-to person to ensure that your children are well taken care of, even being a wife and making sure that your family is taken care of and provided for, and that you do everything that you need to make sure that your spouse has everything that you need. And to just live in the world that we live in, there are so much stimuli out here that we get inundated by that some days you just don't feel like getting out of bed in the morning. So mental health, particularly in the African American community and the people of color specifically, we just have a really hard time having that conversation. I remember I spoke to my mom not too long ago and I was like, you know what, Mom? I think I want to get a therapist. And the first question she asked me was, are you all right? Is it okay? Fix it, Jesus. And I'm like, yeah, Jesus can fix it. And, having that whole religious and spiritual support system is very great, for everyone if that's what they choose to do. But sometimes you just want to talk to an unbiased person with whom you pay to listen to you and to give you unfiltered, unbiased information so you can get over your own bullshit, to be truly honest. But unfortunately what happens is we spend so much time denying that we have a challenge mentally, or that we're going through something mentally, or that we just can't deal with the world by ourselves, that years and years and years go by before we even get the help that we need. And sometimes we never get the help, and then we find ourselves with other ailments simply because we have failed at taking care of our mental. We spend so much time in the gym taking care of our bodies. We spend so much time trying to find the right diet and the right eating habits and the right dietary lifestyle just so we can be fit physically. We go to church, we meditate, we read the Bible, the Dhammapada, we read the teachings of Buddha, but mentally we just neglect our mental space, which is one of the most overworked organs that we have. So definitely we as humans need to understand that there is nothing wrong with having any kind of mental health issue, because that's who we are as humans. If we didn't use our brains, we wouldn't be humans. We wouldn't have evolved this far. So what audacity do we have to ignore the fact that we may have a mental challenge going on at the moment? And what audacity does anyone else have to make us think that we can never overcome that challenge, whether it's, through prayer or through meditation or simply finding your own? What I have found is that, one, stop denying to myself that I'm going through something mentally. It took me so long to understand that some of the feelings that I was feeling was anxiety, and the reason why my heart would beat so fast, like for me in the car, every time I got next to a 18-wheeler, is because I was still suffering from an accident that I had years ago. And it took me so long to accept that. But once I finally accepted it, I stopped making myself feel like I had a problem, and I was able to better overcome and even better to live with whatever that mental health challenge is. I don't necessarily like to say issue, because to me issue implies that it's something that you can never get over, versus a challenge is something that you can eventually overcome once you work through the broader spectrum of whatever that issue or whatever that challenge is. So I really think that we are very capable of overcoming our mental health challenges. I think the issue with that is that we sit there and we deny that we're having a problem, and then the problem festers and festers and festers until we finally explode. And then when we finally explode, it's kind of too late to deal with it, and we don't even want to deal with it. And by then our family doesn't want to deal with us. Our friends are probably tired of hearing us complain about the same stuff, and then we're forced to go get that therapist. But if we had taken the time to spend that time with ourselves, to define our me time, to talk to ourselves, whether it's out loud or mentally or even just in prayer and meditation, we would be able to overcome whatever that challenge is, whether it's a person, whether it's an event, whether it's a situation in our lives. We really need to accept that the world may be kind of crazy, that the world may be going through something, and it's okay. Like, just because you're going through something right now doesn't make you any less of a human, doesn't make you any less super. It just means at the current moment, I do not feel my best, and you know what? I need to take a break. I need to step back from the world. I need to get some things off of my plate. I need to focus on the most important person in the world for me, which is me. And so if you are going through something mentally, definitely, go get the help that you need, and don't feel bad for having to get the help that you need. Definitely talk to someone. It could be your mom, your dad, your sister, your brother, your aunt, your uncle, your cousin. It could be your best friend. It could be a stranger on the street if you just need to really get it out there. But definitely I want you to understand that it's okay to get the professional help that you need, and you're not any less than anybody. No one's better than you, and you're not better than anybody else. And just because you're going through something right now doesn't make you any less than anything or anybody. So mental health, we need to have this conversation, whether you're going through PTSD, whether you're going through depression, whether you're anxious, whether you're going through a broad spectrum of mental health challenges, you can overcome it. You just have to accept that you're dealing with something, and then accept the help that you need to overcome it. So, of course, you know me, I want you to find your own, whether that's going outside and getting some sun, whether that's sitting down and coloring for 30 minutes, whether it's taking a bath, taking the dog for a walk, whether it's interacting with your kids or with kids in your life, whether it's just snuggling up next to your significant other, turning on a fire, reading a book, listening to music, baking, cooking, making your favorite cocktail, but don't drink too much, of course. Drink responsibly. Whether it's a variety of things that you can do to make yourself feel better or that makes you feel better, do it. Like, just doing those small actions that bring you a little piece of joy is better than just doing absolutely nothing. And once you are in a place and in a comfortable place to be able to get the mental help that you need, fully take charge of that mental health. You paid for that professional, so why are you so scared to talk to them? Why are you so scared to open up? Open up, get to the end of that challenge, go through that challenge, experience that journey, so that on the other side you can be that much better, you can be that much whole, and you can find that bliss that you've finally been seeking that's always been within you. So thank you for tuning in. Definitely want to continue having this conversation. So I would like for you to post something in that comment. What are you going through? How have you been able to overcome your mental health challenges? Did you seek a therapist, or did you do it alone? I would really like to know, because there's so many people out there suffering in silence, and I think it's time that we stop. Even the number 45 of the United States, if you watch him and pay attention to him as a psychology enthusiast or even as someone in the psychology field, you can tell he may be going through something, and because of his position of power and because of the hand that he's played for himself, he's suffering. I mean, as much as we want to hate him, love trumps hate every single day. And we may not agree with what the policies are for this administration, but let's all send him some good vibes. vibes. Let's all send them some love, because honestly, when people are going through something mentally, they don't even know how to handle it themselves. So the best thing that we can do is just be the love and be the light that they are refusing to seek, or that they can't even find in the darkness that they're going through. So yes, make sure you follow me at Dose of Om. Don't forget to go to the website www.doseofom.com, and yeah, share your story. Hit me up in the emails, hi@doseofom.com, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel, Dose of Om channel on YouTube. I cannot wait to talk to you guys tomorrow, or talk to you guys the next time. Can you believe that? I'm actually saying I can't wait to talk to you guys. I am at the point where I love it, or I like it a whole lot. I'm getting to the point that I love it. But thank you for tuning in. Of course, you know, find your Om, relax, and be grateful. Peace, love, and light. Talk to you guys soon. Dose of Om.